I know it's back to front, an open heart, the Dalai Lama, back to front. We are reading it and we are on page 131. Well, we're not on one page, we're on 130 at the bottom. The image of the Buddha that you focus on in this meditation should not be a painting or a statue, though you may use a material image to familiarise yourself with the shape and proportions of the Buddha. It is the mental image of the Buddha that you must concentrate upon. Your visualization of the Buddha should be conjured in your mind. Once it has been, the process of calm abiding can begin. The Buddha you visualize should be neither too far away from you or too close, about 4 feet directly in front of you. At the level of your eyebrows is correct. The size of the image you visualize should be 3 or 4 inches high or smaller. It is helpful to visualize a small image, though quite bright, as if made of light. Visualizing a radiant image helps to undermine the natural tendency toward mental torpor or sleepiness. On the other hand, you should also try to imagine this image as being fairly heavy. If the image of the Buddha is perceived to have some kind of weight to it, then the inclination towards mental restlessness can be averted. Whatever object of meditation you choose, your single-pointed concentration must possess the qualities of stability and clarity. Stability is undermined by excitement. The scattered, distracted quality of the mind, that is one aspect of attachment. Attachment. Okay, so scattered quality of the mind is because your mind hooks onto different thoughts as they fly by, pulling you in all different directions. And when you're trying to meditate, you sort of like follow one for a second and then pull back, follow another one for a second and then pull back. And you can spend quite a lot of time just sitting, trying to unhook from all different thoughts. The mind is easily distracted by thoughts of desirable objects, such thoughts keep us from developing the stable, settled qualities necessary for us to abide truly and calmly on the object we have chosen. Clarity, on the other hand, is hindered more by mental laxity, what is sometimes called a sinking quality of mind. Well, if you've never meditated before, never got into calm abiding or any form of concentration, it seems unintuitive. You've got all these amazing thoughts that you should be sorting through and working on and all of this stuff. But you have to try it because there is something very refreshing and very, I can't really think of the words to use that other people haven't used before. I mean, there's so much information on it, but from an experiential point of view, it's something you've never done. So just do it, try it. Because there is a whole world of different emotions out there that you haven't experienced. And meditation will open the door to those. It's a very interesting experiment, mind experiment. Developing calm abiding demands that you devote yourself to the process utterly until you master it. A calm, quiet environment is said to be essential, and is having supportive friends. You should put aside worldly preoccupations, family business, or social involvements, and dedicate yourself exclusively to developing concentration. I guess, it's not something that my parents really go, well, Mum and Dad, let's chat about calm abiding, man. And they're just like, Andrea, stop talking bullshit. Like, we need to talk about, getting a job or whatever. For the majority of people, this is not really a goal. It doesn't even feel like it's important. But once you get a grip and you're like, okay, that whole, what it reminds me of, and I think this is probably just me because I'm a bit lame, but I used to be really bad at doing my homework. I couldn't ever get motivated to do it. And I'd see other people who would spend just that 10 minutes and they would get their homework done, and then they would be up to date and everything would be, and their lives would be much easier. Their teacher liked them and everything. And I always felt like I should do it. Like, it makes sense. It's like to do it. So This reminds me of that kind of vibe. If you don't sit down and do it, you don't get any benefit. In the beginning, it is best to engage in many short meditation sessions throughout the course of the day. As many as 10 to 20 sessions of between 15 and 20 minutes each might be appropriate. Wow, that's straight to the hairy nub of it all. Let's try that again. As many as 10. It is best to engage in many short meditation sessions throughout the course of the day. As many as 10 to 20 sessions of between 15 and 20 minutes each might be appropriate. It's just peppering your whole day with little bouts of meditation. I might try that. As your concentration develops, you can extend the length of your sessions and diminish their frequency. You should sit in a formal meditative posture with your back straight. If you pursue your practice diligently, it is possible to attain calm abiding in as little as 6 months. Wow, not if you've got children. A meditator must learn to apply antidotes to hindrances as they occur. How long have we got? 6 minutes. When the mind seems to be getting excited and begins to drift off towards some pleasant memory or pressing obligation, it must be caught and brought back to focus on its chosen object. Mindfulness, once again, is a tool for doing so. When you first begin to develop calm abiding, it is difficult to keep the mind placed on its object for more than a moment. By means of mindfulness, you redirect the mind, returning it again and again to the object. Once the mind is focused on the object, it is with mindfulness that it then remains in place there without drifting off. But people use the trying to catch soap in the bath. You have this like vague memory that you're supposed to be holding an object. I need the soap. So you splash around trying to grab the soap, and you grab the soap for a minute, and then poof, it's gone, and then you have to like splash around. It's just really and it seems a bit like annoying, but it's really important, because when you do finally hit it, you do get that sense of abiding in that object. It's a remarkable experience. Introspection ensures that our focus remains stable and clear. Introspection. By means of introspection, we are able to catch the mind as it becomes excited or scattered. People who are very energetic and alert are sometimes not able to look you in the eye as they speak to you. They are constantly looking here and there. The scattered mind is a bit like that, unable to remain focused because of its excited condition. Introspection enables us to withdraw the mind a bit by focusing inward, thereby diminishing our mental excitement. This re-establishes the mind's stability. Introspection also catches the mind as it becomes lax and lethargic, quickly bringing it back to the object at hand. This is generally a problem for those who are withdrawn by nature. Your meditation becomes too relaxed, lacking in vitality. Vigilant introspection enables you to lift up your mind with thoughts of a joyful nature, thereby increasing your mental clarity and acuity. As you begin to cultivate calm abiding, it soon becomes apparent that maintaining your focus on the chosen object for even a short period of time is a great challenge. Do not be discouraged. We see this as a positive sign, because you are at last becoming aware of the extreme activity of your mind. By persevering in your practice and skillfully applying mindfulness and introspection, you become able to prolong the duration of your single-pointed concentration, the focus on a chosen object, while also maintaining alertness, the vitality and vibrancy of thought. There are many sorts of objects, material and notional, that can be used to develop a single-pointed concentration. You can cultivate calm abiding by taking consciousness itself as the focus of your meditation. However, it is not easy to have a clear concept of what consciousness is, as this understanding cannot come about from merely verbal descriptions. A true understanding of the nature of the mind must come from experience. How should this understanding be cultivated? First, you must look carefully at your experience of thoughts and emotions, the way consciousness arises in you, the way your mind works. Most of the time we experience the mind or consciousness through our interactions with the external world. Our memories and our future projections. Are you irritable in the morning, dazed in the evening? Are you haunted by a failed relationship, worried about a child's health? Put all this aside. The true nature of the mind is a clear experience of our knowing. It is obscured in our normal experience. Okay, it's obscured in our normal experience.